What's up, nation? Really appreciate each and every last one of you all. Thank you all. Thank you all for the extreme, and I'm talking about the extreme and crazy amount of support that you all was able to give me while I was out there in Oxnard, California. It was a great time, especially for those who were able to identify or recognize who I am and showed me you guys love and adulations as it relates to this team. And as it relates to my opinions and insights, it goes beyond what I can think of. But I would like to say this. The off season is still long. It's not over with yet. We still got a lot of things to evaluate. I see that a lot of people are thinking that this person is trash and that person is trash. Just let this thing play out. Just let it all play out. Everything will work itself out, Cowboy Nation. We just got to continue to grow this thing one day at a time, one movement at a time. And we can't overanalyze each and every play. This is practice. So a lot of times the quarterbacks are trying something different. The defensive coordinator is trying to see what they can do is different as well. Now, of course, evaluation is 365. I'm thinking that these are the things that I'm going to say. The think points. I'm thinking that they're going to try to shade a little bit on Tyron Christian or kind of hide him or stash him. That's a better word. They're going to stash Tyron Christian on the practice squad. He's not getting a lot of reps from what I was able to see out there. And then he could be just having struggles of picking up this offense because he just came onto camp, the day before training camp started. So those are things that we have to take in mind too. As far as Dak Prescott, he is throwing more deep balls as well. I do know that there was a one catch that was a little behind Michael Gallup, and everybody, mama, uncle, cousin was saying, look, you see, he ain't passing accurate. No, there was some plays out there that he passed an accurate ball too. It's up to the receiver sometimes to make things happen as well. Remember the Hail Mary catch by Drew Pearson. It was an underthrown ball. Can you imagine if he would have dropped it? Think about that, Cowboy Nation. So a lot of times the receiver can help out the actual quarterback. But what I'm saying is I do like the growth factor that I see out of Cooper Rush, especially in the red zone drill. And hey, that looks really good. And then on top of that, Mike White. These guys make their mistakes, then they learn from them, and then they continue to push the ball down the field. That's what I'm like to see. Now, another thing is the running back. Darius Jackson. I would like for Darius Jackson to start a full game. I would like to see what his numbers will look like then. I don't want them to bail out and say, okay, we bring in Alfred Morris. And then I would like for them to bring in the Tony Pollard. I think that he brings in that type of element to the team to help us out down the line. And then just slowly add him in onto this team. Don't try to make him be the end-all be-all. I like what I'm seeing out of Mike Weber. I do like what I'm seeing out of him. And a lot of people get it all confused when somebody say a baby Ezekiel Elliott. No, I'm not talking about he is Ezekiel Elliott. Hence the name baby. I'm not calling him a second coming or Ezekiel Elliott collectively. No, you guys know how we say. Look, Harold Mountner, people call him Baby Jordan. It wasn't because of the fact that he can shoot threes. It wasn't the fact because he can dunk from the three-point free throw line. It was just his mentality and the way, and his demeanor of the way he took to the court. So what I'm saying is that his mentality, I'm talking about Mike Weber or Weber, however you call his name, his mentality, he's a fighting guy. He's aggressive by nature. Not saying that he's Ezekiel Elliott. He would have been a first-round draft pick if he was Ezekiel Elliott. He's what? Bottom of the seventh round. So temper your movement, temper your mouthpiece when you guys trying to come to the nation and say, hey, Law, what are you saying? Temper your mouthpiece. Get your jaw in line. Because what I'm saying is that the kid runs with that tenacious attitude. He's a fighter. And that's what I like out of his skill set. That's why I call him baby Ezekiel Elliott. Not saying that he is Ezekiel Elliott. Don't get your words twisted. Okay, Cowboy Nation? All right, so this is another thing. Guyton. He is catching everything that's thrown his way from Mike White. And then on top of that, I just hope that he can get to the second team, because then you have the other kid, John Vay, he's catching everything as well. Speed, take the top off the defense. Reggie, they like him enough to get him some first team reps as well. So I'm looking at this thing. We can't wait till we can see the actual first preseason game, opposed to blue and white, because it's going to be scripted in a sense. But I can't wait till the actual first preseason game so that we'll know when it gets, I guess, the opposition can really hit and things like that. So that's what we want to see. We want to see that battle between a team that's trying to take your head off, right? Where they can actually blitz and tackle and sack the quarterback. So that's what I can't wait to see. Another thing, too, is the defensive front four. I like Tristan Hill coming in as a rotational guy that's going to help him out tremendously, because he don't have to worry about, hey, I got to do everything. I got to be the end-all, be-all for this front four. I like the fact, and just hear me out, Cowboy Nation, that he's going to be coming behind Malik Collins of the world, right? He's going to be coming behind the Antoine Barbecue Woods, or even when you bring in Tyron Crawford. So he's going to be able to slowly move in and slowly earn his grain of salt out there on the field. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want, Cowboy Nation. We want this thing to be slow motion, moving in slowly, and don't have to worry about just hurry up, and let this guy be out there for day one. No. Coaching staff. Got to talk about the coaching staff. These are just talking points. Kellen Moore. We're seeing right now it's a lot of motion, a lot of pre-snap reads for the quarterback to identify, to start his motions and things like that. My thing is that I like what I'm seeing. I do like the way he utilizing the tight ends in this particular offense. And shout out to Cody, number 84. He's looking sharp out there, as well as old reliable. You guys see the one-hand catch that he was able to do the other day. Man, the guy haven't skipped a beat, so he's pretty good. And then Jarwin. Ooh, Jarwin looked like he elevated his game. Now, my thing is, Rico, hopefully, during these pretty much the, I guess, blue and white game, and as well as the preseason games, that we can see a little bit more out of his production. So that's what we want, Cowboy Nation. We trying real hard to see whether or not these guys can step up to the fray. Because at the end of the day, the evaluation is going to be heavily, strongly on Jason Garrett, who got his back against the wall, and Kellen Moore. I think that the defense is looking dog nasty out there. That first team defense, Jalen is quick. LVE, he's not going to be thinking out there. He's going to be flying out to the ball quicker. And then you're talking about that front four with the Quins of the world and everybody else. D-Law, when he comes back, that defense is going to be on point. Xavier Woods flying out to the ball, making everybody his baby out there almost. And then on top of that, if you add into the fact, Kayvon, he got an interception the other day. Remember, he had I think it's a hip injury or a shoulder injury last year. So we didn't see that strong safety play like we wanted to. And then shout out to Jeff Heath. So when you start adding all these things into one, and then let me just talk about this too. Those rookies, like the Michael Jackson, number 33, batting down every ball that's close in his proximity. And then if you add in this right here, Donovan Wilson, number 37, he's already outperforming George Iloka out there as it relates to practice. I'm talking about practice, though. So we'll see when those lights cut on, can he keep that same energy? But those boys, they're doing their job, Cowboy Nation. So this defense is grimish. They fighting. I'm seeing more since the injury of Byron Jones, and he's trying to slowly move out there because I saw him doing some rehab work the other day. We are seeing more of Jordan Lewis on the outside and Chris Richard's scheme, and it's not looking good for my boy Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis. But I will say this though, it's a different story when you start scheming and then you start having inside leverage opposed to outside leverage, or when you start to identify your zone responsibilities. So that may be where Jordan Lewis' strong suits are at. Because when it's one-on-one, of course, it's always favorable to the wide receiver and the quarterback play. But we'll see, Cowboy Nation, how all of these things gel together. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all, especially those who were out there in Oxnard, and those who've been following my page for a long time and been supportive and helping your brother from another mother, no other, grow and these sorts of things. It's been a real pleasure, Cowboy Nation. All we got to do, like I said, brick by brick, continue to stack these things together. Everything will work out fine. It will. And that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. You know, if I had my music, I'd be jamming out right now. Salute to you all. You guys know I love you. Peace.